Do you think we've reached a bit of a turning point in society? I mean, it feels like for a decade, the push has been for everyone to get on social media. And now we've reached this moment in time where everyone's saying, no, actually, we need to cut back.
I do. And I've done a lot of looking into the arc of cigarettes and the arc of public perception with cigarettes. And, in the 20s and 30s, they were touted as not only neutral to your health, i.e. they're not gonna do anything bad to you. It actually was being touted as something that would aid in digestion. It's touted as something that would soothe your throat. And by the time the 60s came around, about 40% of Americans believed that cigarettes caused lung cancer. And some might say that's a big number. That sure seems small to me. And that ultimately has grown. And today, 95% of people, are on the right side of science and believe that cigarettes causes cancer. And I think what we're learning about these services is there is a cost. There is a cost to spending 2.5 hours a day on social media. By the way, 10 years ago, we were spending 12.5 minutes a day. And now that's 2.5 hours. So it's gone up tenfold in 10 years. And I think people are having a reckoning.
It's pretty damning that you liken social media to cigarettes.
It is. I think people, it is damning. I believe that we are going to wake up over the course of the next 5, 10, 15 years and learn that overuse of social media is just incredibly corrosive to our own mental well-being and corrosive to society.
If your daughters say to you in a few years' time, Dad, I want to get Facebook, what do you say?
Well, it depends on how old she is. But gosh, in the work that I'm doing and seeing the impact that this has on preteens, even in terms of impact on the brain and impact on their social lives and impact on their sense of well-being, gosh, I'm going to throw myself in front of a train, I think, to try to prevent my daughters from getting on these services until they're 13 or 14. I realized that I had a real problem with social media. So I was coming home at night after work, and I had a new baby girl in our home, and I couldn't focus on her. I kept stealing away to the pantry or sometimes, the closet or the guest room to check my phone. And sometimes it was email, but sometimes it was something frivolous, like a video on YouTube. And I just started to really notice that I couldn't help myself. I felt powerless. And I realized that the service is a drug and it preys on our instincts. The more time you spend on Facebook, the more anxious you get, the more depressed you get. We know that the more time you spend on Facebook, there actually are physical changes in the brain. That part of the brain, the more I spend on social media, and it's not just Facebook, it's YouTube, it's Twitter, it's TikTok. The more time I spend on that, the smaller the gray matter is around that critical part of the animal brain.
Hello, I'm Tara Brown. Thanks for watching. To keep up with the latest from 60 Minutes Australia, make sure you subscribe to our channel. You can also download the 9Now app for full episodes and other exclusive 60 Minutes content.